All right, people, super welcome to our class. Today is September 27th. Yes, the end of the month. Can you believe it? Really fast, isn't it? This is Wide Angle 3, the last book. And in this class, we are doing Unit 8. All right. Today, we are going to cover Unit 8.3, pages 94 and 95. Okay. Before we start, let's check the homework. Let's see if you have any questions about the homework. Let's take a look there. I guess here we are. Yay. Good. Hi, Rebecca. Good afternoon. Good to see you. How are you? Oh gosh, everybody's crashing. Oh, the internet. All right. So let's take a look at our homework.
Teacher.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. How was your
Oh,
weekend?
it was great. What about yours?
Oh, it's normal. It's
Oh,
a little tired, but
oh, I see. That's okay. It's a little chilly today, actually, right? It's cold.
right. Yeah,
So,
it's cold, but not much. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know what I feel. I don't know what I have to dress.
I see. All
I put
right.
on sweater and take off the sweater. I don't know. It's
Yeah, we
crazy.
get really confused. It's true.
Yeah,
Early this morning, it was sunny, and now it's cloudy and cold, and I think it's going to rain. All right. So we are checking the homework from last week. Let's take a look there. So last week, sorry, September 19th and 21st, we did Unit 8.2, pages 90, 91, and then 92 and 93. What did we learn? We saw food vocabulary. Yummy. Be able to. Yes, ability and possibility. We talked about it. Hey, welcome back, Manu. Glad to see you. I'm happy to see you. So, we saw be able to for ability and possibility. And then we saw describing food, how to describe food. And then we talked about consumers on page 8.3. The homework was online practice, unit 8.2, and some worksheets. Let's take a look at them. Here we have one, okay, in PDF, but that's okay. No problem. You can do on your notebook. Guys, do you have questions about your homework? Is everything okay? No questions? Yes? Are you sure? So don't forget, try to do your homework. Don't leave it for later, especially online practice. Okay, girls? Catch up, right? Don't leave it for later. There are some nice videos here for you to watch, okay? So let's go to our topic for today. If you have any questions about the homework, drop me a line, okay? You can send me a message. So let's see our topic for today. I guess this is it. Yeah, here we are. Back to September 26th. If you have your books, please open your books to page 94. Let's go there. Okie dokie. Let's check it out. Great. Let me make it a little bigger. Good. Yes, can you see that? Okay, so here we go. The first question has to do with the previous page. Here, look. Remember, this page talks about consumerism, and it brings a survey with people from all different ages concerning clothing, cars, technology, and beauty supplies. All right, so we have a lot of examples here on how people usually buy things. That's why we have this question. Look, so I would like to know about you. Are you a typical consumer for your age? What do you think, Habakkuk? If you want to answer, Manu, go ahead. Are you a typical consumer for your age? Remember, let me show you the results we have. Look, I guess you are in this first age group, okay? From 15 to 24. According to the survey, look, this is how this group reacts or behaves when they go shopping for clothing. So here we go. What is more important? Here we have brand is very important. And then after that, appearance. Okay, here we go. And the third most important item is the price. All right. So is this the way you think when you go shopping? Do you look for brand first? Look, brand is number one in every item, including technology and beauty supplies. So how do you see yourself as a consumer? Do you worry about brand? I don't, but I'm not in that age group. It's been a while. Ah, very good, Manu. Okay. So brand is important, right? What about you, Rebecca? Ah, excellent. The quality. Very important. Okay, great. So while Rebecca is thinking, let's move on to the vocabulary development box. What is the vocabulary in this lesson? Prefixes. What is a prefix? Do you know? Yes, here we have a definition. So I'd like a volunteer to read the definition. Who can do that? Manu or Rebecca? You choose. Come on.
Eu posso ler.
Okay, go ahead.
A prefix comes that at the beginning of word. Adding a prefix to word change the meaning of the word. Studies common prefixes and their meanings.
Great, Rebecca. Thank you. So a prefix comes at the beginning of a word. Here we have some common prefixes, okay? And then here they give us the meaning, what they mean, okay? And here we have an example. Let's watch a video so we can learn more about prefixes. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, Manu, no problem. All right. That's okay. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you. Give a big kiss on your dog for me, okay? All right. So I will turn off the mic so you don't get any interference. All right? Let's watch this. I really like this girl, Alicia. She's very good. Okay? Let's do it. All right. Let me just turn it up a little bit more. Okay, good.
I am in focus now. Look at me, Mom. I'm in focus. All right, we're recording. Hi, everybody. My name is Alicia. Welcome back to Top Words. Today, we're going to talk about 10 useful prefixes. A prefix, by the way, is like a small word, a few letters that we attach to the beginning of a word to change the meaning of that word. Let's go. Re. The first prefix is re, R-E. Re means again. So we see the word re in like redo or replay or reimagine or recreate, for example. So it means to do the base word again. So whatever you see re in front of, or not everything, but if you see re before a base word like that, it can mean to do that thing again. So, in a sentence, I have to redo my homework. Anti. The next prefix is anti, or you might hear anti as well. Anti or anti, both are fine. But it means against or in opposition to or like kind of the opposite of something. So against, anti. So we see this in like antifreeze or antisocial or anti-inflammatory or antibiotic. So they all mean against something. So like the word antifreeze, for example, means like against freezing. So antifreeze is a product that prevents a liquid from freezing, for example. An antibiotic is a medicine that we take to kill like bad microorganisms in our body, germs in other words. So we see bio in that word, so relating to like biology. Antisocial refers to someone who does not like social situations. They are against social situations. And anti-inflammatory, another type of medicine, is against inflammation. So inflammation can mean like swelling or like turning you red, for example. So anti means against something. We see anti before words which mean like opposing or against that thing. In a sentence, my boss is anti-overtime. Dis. So the next prefix is dis. So dis means not. So we see this in words like disrespect or disapprove or disconnect or like disagree, for example. So these words all mean not plus the base word. So like disagree, for example, means to not agree. Or disconnect means to not connect. So something is not connected to the other thing. Disrespect means to not respect something, for example. So dis means not plus that base word. In a sentence, a good editor should be disinterested. X. The next prefix is X. X means former. So something that was once true is not true anymore. We see this very commonly in relationships. So for example, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex-boss. So all of these mean my former something, my former boyfriend, my former girlfriend, my former boss, my former roommate, for example. In a sentence, the ex-CEO was in the news this week. Mid. The next prefix is mid, mid. So mid means like in the middle of or during something. So we can see this in a word like midnight or midsummer, for example, or mid-morning. So meaning in the middle of or roughly in the middle of something during that time period. Midnight means in the middle of the night, or mid-morning is like in the middle of the morning. So all of these refer to mid something. We can also use it for like an action, like mid-meal, for example, or she was mid-presentation when the phone rang, for example. So mid means in the middle of something. In a sentence, I was mid-breakfast when I heard the news. Ill. The next one is ill, ill. So ill means, again, not, or it's like a negative prefix. It means the base word, but not that base word. So we see this in words like illogical or illegible or illegal, for example. So these all mean not plus the base word. So illogical means not logical. Illegible, illegible means unable to read. Legible means readable. Illegible means cannot read that thing, unable to read that. Illegal means not legal, in other words. So an action that is against the law. So ill means not. In a sentence, highly illogical, Captain. That's a Star Trek reference. Im. The next prefix is im, I-M. Im also means not. It means not. Words that fit this pattern, for example, could be impossible or impeccable or improbable or imperfect, for example. So again, it means not. So imperfect means not perfect. Impossible means not possible. So im means not. It means not. In a sentence, this is impossible. In. The next prefix is in. So again, in also means not. It's a negative prefix that we use. There are a lot of words that start with this in, meaning not. So like inconsiderate, incapable, inconceivable, inappropriate. So they all mean not plus the base word. For example, like the word inappropriate means not appropriate. So behavior that is not appropriate in a certain situation. Or incapable means not capable. Someone cannot do something they're expected to do. So in means not plus our base meaning, the opposite then of that meaning. In a sentence, he's incapable of running the country.
Okay, so let's just pause here, and I would like you to watch the rest of this video for homework. She will give more examples. Okay, girls? You see how many prefixes we have? Quite a lot, right? So let's move on here to our page. Just to students who just arrived, we're doing page 94, okay? So let me write it down for you here. Just a sec. Hi, Kawani. Good to see you. Welcome.
Hi, teacher. Good to see you too.
Good to see you. I'm so happy you're here. How nice. All right, dear. So we are doing this first part of Unit 8 that talks about prefixes, right? And we were watching a video with some examples by Alicia, right? So I will post that link for you, okay, on Google Classroom. All right, here we have some examples, right? We have here anti or anti, depending on the word. Both are correct ways, meaning against. So anti-consumer, for example. The next one, pro, in favor of, like pro-growth, okay? Next one, over, too much. Example, overpriced. The other one, under, not enough, underpaid, okay? Post, meaning after, like postmodern, okay? And then pre, before, pre-tablet, all right? So now let's do the exercise here, number 4. Complete the sentences using the highlighted words in the vocabulary development box. So these words here, okay? So let's do the first one together. The first one says, all the things in this store are, what do you think?
Overpriced.
Great. Very good, Kawani. Very good. There you go. Excellent. Now, I'd like you to do the other ones from 2 to 6, okay? And I'll give you 1 minute to do it, okay? So I'll time you for that. Let me get my timer. Just a sec. Okie dokie. There you go. 1 minute. Let's see how many you can do. All right, time's up. Let's see, how much could you do? Let's check it out. All right, girls, do you know the answer to number 2?
I think it's aunt something. Aunt consumer.
Anti-consumer. Okay, let's check it out. Yes, you got it. Very good. Excellent. Okay, great. Here we can say anti or anti. Both are correct. Okay? All right. Like when we say antisocial. Oh, he is really antisocial. He doesn't like interacting with other people. Okay? Now, number 3. In the days.
Tablet.
Pre-tablet. All right. Very good. Excellent. Number 4. What do you have?
Underpaid.
Great, you nailed it. Awesome. Underpaid. When people receive less money, right? When they don't receive enough, when they don't earn enough money, right? So they are underpaid. Number 5. The policies were successful. What do you have, Rebecca, Manu? Let me help you. Pro-growth. Yes,
Teacher,
pro-growth. Yes,
what is pro-growth?
pro-growth. Who knows? Does anybody know? Rebecca, Manu, do you know the meaning of pro-growth? So let's understand first the meaning of the word growth. Growth is like when something gets bigger and bigger, when something grows, okay? So let me write it down for you. Look, let's see the verb to grow, okay? First of all, to grow is to get bigger, okay? So something that grows gets bigger either in size and also in quantity, all right? Good. Now, growth is like the noun, okay? So the condition of getting bigger, okay? So just a second. Yeah, I misspelled the last word, sorry. So the condition of getting bigger, that's the growth. For example, if we talk about the population growth in Brazil, what can we say now? Are we growing or diminishing? Are there more people in Brazil now or fewer people in relation to some decades ago? What do you think? Are we growing or not? Yes, there are
I
more
think so.
people. Oh,
I think so.
yes, we are. Let me show you some statistics, okay? So I'm going to compare like 100 years, okay? So here, I'm going to show you the population size in Brazil in 2022. Look how many we are. Can you see that? Okay. So the current population of Brazil in 2022 is 215 billion, 313, no, sorry, 215,313,498 people. And we keep growing every day, all right? So there has been a 0.46% increase from 2021. So we are growing, okay? We're 200 million people, all right? In the planet, we are more or less 7 billion, 7 point something billion. In Brazil alone, we are 200 million, okay? Of course, there are other superpopulated countries like China, India. They have a lot more people, than us, right? But we've been growing. So this is the population growth in Brazil, okay? Check out the population in 1920. Let's see, how many? Oh, look at this. How many were we in 1920? So we were 30 million only. 30,635,605 people. So, and here we have more or less the growth. Look, in 1900, then 1920, 1940, 1950, and growing. All right? So this is what we are talking about, growth. Okay, Rebecca. All right, Kawane. So here, the pro-growth policies are some strategies to keep the population growing and in a better welfare, right? Because it's not only important to have more people, but we need to have better conditions to help these people live a better life, right? So education, we need to have food, okay? All of these things, health assistance, right? So this is the meaning of pro-growth, okay? When you do something with the focus on a growing population, okay? All right, okay, Kawane.
Okay, now I understand the
All
meaning
right,
of the word. Thanks.
you're welcome. So, number 6, the works of artists such as Damien Hirst and Jeff Koons sell for millions of dollars. These guys are really good. So, which word here?
Postmodern.
Yes,
Modern.
very good. Excellent. Excellent. By the way, do you know anything from Damien Hirst? Have you ever seen his paintings? Let me show them to you. Just a moment. Look at that. Yeah. Look, girls. So this is totally postmodern, okay? So look at that. He reminds me of Tom Pollock. I think he got something from Pollock, the American painter who used to paint like this. Yeah. And also he reminds me of a Japanese painter who has this passion for circles, and everything she paints has those circles, right? So let me see if I remember the name of this painter. I think it's oh gosh, I will try to remember and I'll tell you. But she's really passionate about circles, just like Damien. Look at this. My goodness. All right. Okay, girls. So this is very interesting indeed. Let's take a look at the other painter. Let's see the name here. I can show you the picture. Jeff Koons, another interesting painter. So yes. Can you see that? Look, a lot of colors and Look at that, people. So his paintings are nice, but he also has some installations, like we call it in artistic language. He creates those huge balloon dogs, and it's really a sensation. Children love it. Look at that.
He really likes balloons, no? No?
Sorry?
He really likes balloons, no?
He does. You can see them like almost everywhere. Look. Yeah, you see? He likes balloons and working with them, sculpting things using balloons. So that's Jeff Koons. It's amazing, right? And there are some paintings as well. He creates animals with them, and look. So, yeah, quite interesting. Okay, so here we go. That's why, girls, we call these artists postmodern, okay? And if you want to buy any of those paintings, they sell for millions of dollars. They're very expensive. All right. So I think the Japanese painter I was trying to remember just came to my mind now. Her name is Yaoi Kusama. Let me take a look here. I think I know her. She loves circles. That's why that guy, Damien Hirst, reminded me of Yaoi Kusama. I think, yes, there she is. Look, let me share. Can you see her? Look at how many circles she uses in her works of art. These are like installations, but they also, look, she decorates all the room with circles. That's Yaoi Kusama, famous Japanese artist. Look, can you see
That's
that?
uncommon.
What?
That's pretty uncommon because we usually see on TV
Yeah.
Japanese people using just black and white suit or something more basic.
Uh-huh.
That's incredible.
Incredible, isn't it? Check out this work of art. Hi, good to see. I'm great. Come in. Oh, I'm great. Oh, better now.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, how nice. Super welcome. Okay, girls. So you see, it's amazing. This work of art is really good. Okay, girls. That's okay. No problem. All right, girls. So this is Yaoi Kusama, right? So when I saw the works from Damien Hirst, they remind me of Yaoi Kusama. I think he was inspired by her, some of his works, because that's really incredible and super famous. She's extremely famous. All right. Okay, guys. So let's move on and discuss which of the prefixes in the box can go with these words here. And now, make a sentence to show their meaning. Let's see, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. Let's try to find out which prefixes we can use, okay? Here, I guess we have an example. You should not underestimate the importance of saving money. Here we have estimate and then the prefix, underestimate. It's similar to Portuguese, okay? Now, try to find the prefixes for these words, okay? I'll give you 1 minute to find at least for 3 words, okay? See if you can do it. All right, There you go. Let me show you the prefixes we have here. All right, time's up. Let me just see if I turned it off here appropriately. Just a sec. All right. So, how many have you got? Which one could you find a prefix to adapt to the word? Which one did you find?
Ungraduate.
Oh, very nice. Okay, we can have that one. Okay. We can also have post, right? We have undergrad and we have postgrad. Very good. Undergraduate, excellent. Okay. What about
Unwar.
until war? Excellent. Very good. Yes. Oh my God. Not again. Just a second, girl. Sorry about it. Let's write down. Let's write down here some examples. Okay, we have undergraduate. All right. Now, anti-war. You notice that some prefixes, they are together with the word. Some are separate, okay? With time, you will be able to know the difference, okay? Let's see another one. When you cook something so much that it's not good to eat, what do we say? We have both sides. We have, when you cook too much, we overcook. And when we don't cook enough, we undercook, right? So let's say the other one, overcook. Okay. To overcook, it's when you cook too much. Whatever it is you're cooking. Okay. Like for example, overcooked potatoes. They are very, very soft. They melt because they're overcooked. Okay. All right. Let's check out the examples they give here from the book. All right. Here we have, look, anti-government, anti-war, pro-government or pro-war, overeat, overestimate, overuse, overcook, or overweight. Remember when you are a little bit above your accepted weight or the healthy weight you should be. So when you are above that, you're overweight. Like me, for example, I'm overweight for sure. Undereat, underestimate, underuse, undercook, underweight when it's the opposite, and undergrad, okay, or undergraduate. Post-war, postgraduate, and pre-war or pre-cook, right? So we just need to observe that some of them are together, some of them are separate, okay? Okie dokie. Now, moving on, we have this picture, right? And as we are talking about consumerism, how relevant is this picture? What can you see here? What are these?
Some bags.
Aha, shopping bags, as we call them, right? And look how many. He seems to have a lot of shopping bags, right? So he has been shopping. Maybe a shopping spree, right? Or maybe there was some kind of sale and then he wanted to buy everything, but he's really loaded. Oh my goodness. All right. So, guys, let's take a look here at the second grammar point in this lesson, which is the use of modals for possibility. What are those things? May, might, and could. What do we call these verbs? We call them modal verbs, okay? So let me write them down here. Okay, why modal verbs? Because they do not conjugate like the other verbs we know. For example, when I want to conjugate some other verbs like regular verbs, okay? For example, the verb work. The verb to work is not a modal verb. It's a regular verb. I can conjugate that using all the subjects. And I can do it in the present, in the past, in the future, right? So I can conjugate the verb to work in all verb tenses, okay? Excellent, but modal verbs, no, I can't do that. Usually, modal verbs, they serve as auxiliary verbs to regular verbs, okay? They function as auxiliaries, okay? So usually. Example. Let's have an example here. Sorry. Yes, there we go. We have the first one, may, right? May has a meaning of possibility too, right? So we can use that. It may rain later today. It may rain later today. Why? Because the weather is really, really cloudy. The sky is completely overcast. So we also heard the forecast this morning saying that we would have rain. So it may rain later today. It's possible. Okay? All right. So as you notice, it is an auxiliary to the verb rain. All right? When I use, for example, work as the regular verb there, I can say here, might. So let me use an example with might. I might have to work on Teacher's Day. That's October 15th, right? Yes. Usually, teachers do not work on October 15th, but this year is different because we had a pandemic and there were some holidays before. So this year, I might have to work on October 15th. It's Saturday. So it's possible that I will have to work. Okay? So what's the difference between may and might? Do you know? Does anybody know the difference between may and might?
Eu acho que é o grau de certeza envolvendo.
Excellent. Aha. Very good. When I say may, I have more certainty that it will happen. When I use might, it's not so much. I would say may is like 90%, might is like 70%. All right? More or less like that. Okay, excellent. The level of certainty. So when I'm not so sure, but I suspect, I say, I don't know, but I might have to work on October 15th. Not so sure, but I think we might have to work, okay? And then here we have could. Could we also use for possibility, all right? So here, let's see the example they give. Look, think of the money you could save. So when you go shopping too much, you should stop and think, I could save some money. I need to stop shopping, right? Especially online shopping, right? That's dangerous. We spend a lot of money there. So look at the examples they give here. I would like a volunteer to read the examples. Who could do that? Kawane?
Teacher, can you repeat, please?
Yes, sure. Do you want me to repeat the explanation or the question I asked now?
The question you asked
Okay.
now.
The question is, I would like a volunteer to read the examples. So who could read?
The first one,
Yes, please.
people buy smartphones even though they may not need one.
All right. Okay. So look, may is functioning here as an auxiliary to the verb need. And I'm showing a level of possibility that is like 80%. So they may not need one, but people buy smartphones, right? So let's highlight that here. Okay. Here it's the negative. So we can also use them in the negative form. Now the second one. Do we have a volunteer? Who could read the second example? Kawane? Go ahead, Rebecca.
Smartphones might be essential on the day.
Good. Let's say that word again. Essential.
Essential.
Essential. Yes, good.
Essential.
So thank you. Here, look, we have might as an auxiliary verb to the verb to be. So we can have a rule here. After these modal verbs, which verb do we have to use? Infinitive. Look, need, be, save. All the verbs that go after these modal verbs, they are in the infinitive form or base form, okay? So we do not conjugate them in the present or in the past, none of that. We use the base form, okay? So might be, may not need. And the last one, think of the money you could save. All right? So it's easy when we use these modal verbs because the other verb never changes. Okay? So here we go. Excellent. So here, let's see this note. They say, we don't use could not to express possibility. Pay attention. We never use could in the negative to express the idea of possibility. Let's say we use it when we are certain that something is impossible. Okay? So who can read the example, please?
Most people could not imagine life without their smartphone.
Yes, thank you. So here we are using could plus not to mean that it's impossible, right? To imagine. So it's different, okay? The idea is different because it's negative, right? Okay. So questions about deduction or possibility usually start with an opening phrase or could. Okay, example, do you think people could live without smartphones? This is a question about possibility. Next one, could people live without smartphones? Maybe, right? We are kind of making a deduction about is that possible? Do you think that could be possible nowadays? Could you live without a smartphone? Okay. All right. Now, the modal verbs may or might, they sound too formal for most contexts. So we usually avoid, but generally, when we write, yes, we use may or might, no problem. Okay. For more information on this, you can refer to page 166. All right. So let's see number 6. Read these statements. Decide if each statement refers to the present or to the future. Let's see. Let's do the first one together. I'm going to highlight that. Yes. Okay. What do you think? The first one. Natural resources like oil and coal might run out in my lifetime. So what do you think? Present or future?
Present,
Yes. Why?
because it's in my lifetime. It
Uh-huh.
seems
Okay.
like
Sure. Uh-huh. I agree. So let's see if that's really true, okay? Let's check it out. I'm going to put present there. Bye-bye. Take care. Oh, see you again. Always welcome. All right? All right. Bye-bye. See you. So a simple life may be best, but it's hard to achieve. This is the present, okay? I think the first one has to do with the future. Why? Because we are talking about our lifetime from now to the future. This is my impression. I may be wrong, but let's see. I will keep it like that, okay? Number 3, one day the population could become too big for the planet. What is that? What do you think?
future.
Future, I agree. It may not be possible to reduce pollution. What do you think? Present or future? I guess it has to do with the present. Let's check it out. Let's say, oops, uh-oh. So the first one is like I thought. the future, and the last one, the future again. Oh my God. I totally thought this could be something related to now. It may not be possible to reduce pollution now. So this, guys, is just for us to have an idea that we can use these modal verbs to talk about the present and the future, not the past. Okay? If we want to talk about possibility in the past, we need to add another word. Okay? But you will see that later, not now. So let's check the answers now. Everything okay? All right. This is just a matter of interpretation, okay? When we say in my lifetime, it means from now until the day I die. So it has to do more with the future. This one can also be understood like in the future, it may not be possible to reduce pollution. Maybe, okay? We may be talking about the future, okay? All right. So as we have done that, let's just do the last one now. Choose the correct options. Let's see the questions here. I will try to make it bigger. Yeah, much better now. Are you there? Yeah, good. So number one, have you ever bought something knowing that you never use it? Which one do you think?
I think it's May.
All right, very good. You are correct that you may never use it. Aha. Number two, there.
Might.
Let's see. Aha, great. There might be good reasons to trust certain brands. Number three, do you think consumers
May.
may be influenced by advertising? Number four,
Could not.
might not. Remember, could not has the idea of impossible. Okay, so here they don't want to say that it's impossible. They want to say that it may not be a good time. So possibility, okay, not impossible. Usually we use could not when we say that something is really impossible to be true, okay? So it depends on the context, of course, right? So here, the best choice is might not. Number five. Here we are investigating the possibility. So
Could.
yeah. And the last one.
Could not.
Yeah, I also thought could not was the right answer, but here they say consumers might not buy designer clothes. So here, in my understanding, the next one is the best. Consumers could not buy designer clothes if they have low salaries. Actually, here I would say consumers cannot in the present, not could not. Okay, I wouldn't even use could not. I would use cannot instead. Okay, So I will show you some more examples with could and could not, so we can sort out this confusion, okay? Let's check out the answers. Great. So let's see. I think I posted here on our page on Google Classroom some examples with could. Let me see. No, not here. Let me get for you here. Just a second. Oh yeah, here we have a nice example. Let me show you that. Okay, can you see that? All right. Here we have three different modal verbs. We have can, could, and would. Okay, so let me try to look. When I say can or cannot or even can't, we are talking about ability, right? So we know that. Example, Homer can run very fast. He can drive a car. So he has the ability. Okay, good. Negative of can is cannot, and we can also use the contraction. So example, she can swim, but she can't walk. Ability, right? She can dance, but she can't sing. Again, ability. Now, could and couldn't. Yes, can you see that? Okay, this modal verb expresses few probability or a condition. Also, it's used to ask for something or possibility. So here you can say, you could be wrong. Affirmative. That means that there is the probability that you are wrong. So you could be wrong. Here, you couldn't leave me alone, or you couldn't leave alone, right? So it was just a small, I wouldn't say few, but small probability, because few is totally wrong, because probability is uncountable. So we do not use few with uncountable nouns. So here it would be small probability. Okay, so we couldn't leave alone. And asking for something or possibility, we start with could, right? So could you open the window, please? Like, is it possible for you to open the window? Okay. Here, when we say we couldn't, we are saying that it was not possible. Or imagining now, if we are talking about the present and we say couldn't, I'm saying that it's not possible for us to leave alone if something happened, okay? So it's usually a hypothetical idea, all right? It's more hypothetical. Then here it's would or wouldn't, okay? So that it's another one. But I hope this this slide with these examples, I think this might have helped you better. I hope so. Is it okay for you? Could and couldn't?
Yes.
And now for questions, right? When we want to know if something is possible, we can ask a question with could, right? Okay, girls, I think practicing, you will get better. So it's okay for us today. I guess we've done, actually, we haven't done the other page about giving opinions, but we can do it next week. I mean, next class on Wednesday. No problem, okay? So let's see what we've learned today. Today, we talked about prefixes. modal verbs of possibility. We haven't really started talking about giving opinions, so I'm going to add it here. So let me add it. And I'm going to just leave page 94, I guess, for today, okay? You can start doing online practice, unit 8.3, no problem. Okay, girls, I will just leave everything else here. And please, don't forget to schedule replacements. This is the last week, okay? So let me take a picture of everybody here. Manu has just left. That's okay. So thank you so much, Rebecca, Kawane, Manu. I hope to see you on Wednesday, okay? Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, teacher. Have a nice week.
Oh, you too, Rebequinha. Have a nice week. Thank you.
Bye,
I
teacher.
see
Have a
you
nice week.
Wednesday.
Bye. See you. Thank you.